for people who are well-to-do, until y'all finish y'all checks. People who are well-to-do, you can still be jealous of people who have less than you, even though you well-to-do. Just the presentation of some shit, because I'm pretty cool. I'm well off, but I notice that I'm still jealous of people who have less than me. You know who I'm jealous of? Anybody who have a Lone Star card. Man, they be in the grocery store balling out of control. I got my own money, but the way it look, they always have two baskets. They be pushing one and pulling one. And you in there with that little purse basket. You in there with this shit just... Got your little gory bag in here. Just... I miss, you know, in my neighborhood, people would let you hold their card. They would let you hold. I used to hate their presentation. Cause you be in the grocery store with stuff already in your basket, and they pop out of nowhere.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Hey, man, thank y'all for supporting the kid. I highly appreciate y'all, man. Every week, you know, the family tap in with the boy, and we chop it up about these topics. But this week, though, man, so much was going on, man. Every single day, I didn't even know how I was going to keep up. I don't know how long the episode going to be. You know, I was looking forward to music dropping, but didn't know music dropping. But luckily, we got the verses. P, Cash Money, you know. It was super interesting, man. It was, you know, might be one of the most interesting verses I ever seen by me being from the South and everything. It was just crazy. You know, the gambling situation with the NBA. All that money them boys making, and they still want to make more. You know, competition is crazy. It's a such thing as healthy competition, but I feel like, man, this gambling, I got a whole lot to say about that, because I remember when it became legal and I started seeing all the promotion from it and all of that. I was like, man, they trying to create a new addiction. You know, everything that's being created now it has addictive properties to it. These apps, this easily accessible Uber, this food being brought to your house, they just rocking folk to sleep. This bet and making this money easy, they just rocking folk to sleep. You know, Stephen A. had some crazy things to say. Cash Patel been outside. People think that he just targeting, you know, the NBA and all of that. They saying why the Epstein files ain't been released and all of this. He just clinked up in Philadelphia. Got some gang up out of there, some Puerto Rican gang that was moving to work. Cash Patel is outside. If you're a criminal, I suggest you calm your ass down, because these boys is putting in work right now. You know, Shannon Sharpe finally addressed the situation, the lawsuit on his channel, and he addressed loyalty also. It was an album that dropped Dave East that we're going to talk about. We're going to get on. He got a Nipsey Hussle feature on there also. I got to talk about 600,000 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Being removed from Amazon. 600,000 being lost due to artificial intelligence. One of the last topics I'm going to talk about is Candace Owens, where she been. She made a brash statement about Trump having something to do with the Kirk assassination. And then my very last topic is going to be the beef between Honeycomb Brazy and Finesse 2 Times and I got something specifically to say about Southern hip hop and Southern hip hop artists, it's important that I touch bases on that topic because I've been seeing a divide in the South lately. And the reason the South obtained this power is because the South was unified. Now you got the West Coast and the East Coast being aware of that, and they unifying, and the South is divided. It's just, interesting. But I got to be the one to speak on it so we can get that unity back. Real talk. But before we get into the show, I got to create the vibes with the music. Let's get right to it. Something off of that new Miguel album. Kaleidoscope Dreams was a classic. He just dropped this Friday, Chaos. Let's get into the record, though. Let's go.
Are you ready, babe? Babe, I got a chip on my shoulder. I got the blick on my waist. I check the time on my phone. I put this mask on my face. If you tell me that you with it, babe, are you with it, babe? Tell me that you with it, babe, 'cause I'm with it, babe. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I got my seat on my mind. If this shit don't go as planned, swear I won't leave you behind. If you tell me that you with it, babe, oh, are you with it, baby? Tell me that you with it, babe, 'cause I'm with it, babe. She said, I'll ride for you. I'll ride for you. Oh, I'll ride for you. Tell me that you're with it, baby, 'cause I'm with it, honey. Yeah, 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 no. Oh, here we go, baby. You ready? I put 2 shots in the air. Tell everybody to drop. They hit that silent alarm. Just keep your eyes on that clock. I watch them while you get it, babe. Yeah, I get it, babe. No matter what they call it, lawless, I knew all. They say God never gives any more than we can bear. But how much can I lose without changing who I am? Yeah, give me what's mine. Yeah, are we gon' take it, yeah, give me what's mine. And if I hear
New Martyrs off of that Miguel album, Chaos. Go check that out, man. Real talk, dope album. One of my favorite artists from the 2010 era. He hadn't put nothing out in 8 years, but I feel like this effort right here it's a dope effort. I could tell that he's in a dark space, though, because his previous albums, he did a lot more love records. Now that I think that he's going through a divorce, or he just recently got divorced, he's in a dark space, and I can hear it through his music. And some people like when artists are happy and in relationships, and some of the best music is made when people are going through breakups. So go ahead and check the record out, man. Miguel, dope record. That's New Martyrs Ride for You. So it's an artist that I'm about to call up on the phone. I'm rooting for him. He got a hard album he just dropped. My Turn. Y'all gonna hear an interview. I'm gonna give him, some time so he can convey his message to the people. I hope that y'all follow his content. Y'all go check out some of his records. I'm gonna play a couple of his records before we even get on the conversation with him, though. But his name is Certified Cam. And I'm gonna play my favorite record off of his album so far, Mind Over Matter. It's the last track, track 14. Let's get right to it, though.
Head up, chest out, head up, chest out. Certified, yeah. Head up, chest out, and get better due time. Been through situations, God on the wheel, had my life on the line. Need a better relationship with my father, we like distant kin. I've been doing this shit for my son, and I've been popping it for my twin. Gotta set some goals in life, you wanna conquer elevation. Most hated, but it couldn't phase me, fuck being your favorite. Sometimes I start to feel like I'm in this shit solo dolo. Overthinking, cause I know right now I can't depend on Rocco. Gotta take my talents for my only option, persevere. Build my legacy up brick by brick, ain't boosting my career. At the moment, shit been bad, ugly, hideous. Keeping patience and composure, but it's hard when it's intense. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. This for the real ones with no voice, use me as inspiration. The trenches need to hear this shit, I make the motivation. Remember going through the rough like ring, go away. Mama, I'm sorry for the times that I had disobeyed. Thank God that you still here so I can repay you with riches. Run up that bag, got strings and features. Watch me handle business. My sister, brother set for life. If that shit up to me, deeper than rap, cause I'ma make it happen, play for keeps. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep your head up, gotta keep your head up.
What's up, fam?
What's poppin', Cam? What's poppin', man?
What's poppin'?
Hey, man, I'm just coolin', man. I just wanted to touch bases with you about the album. I'm enjoying the records, man. I got a few records that is, my favorite so far, though. But I wanted to ask you, like, my turn, man. What made you, understand, say, yeah, it's finally my time. It's my turn. What made you decide to title the album My Turn, family?
I had got so much reassurance of who I was. Like, I was in a place, when I started working on these songs, I was in a place where I didn't know if I wanted to do this anymore. I forgot who I was at a point. But I had got the reassurance from the ones that I love around me, and I had got that push. And I had to find it within myself.
Yeah.
And I just started going hard.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I was going hard to the point where I felt like it was my turn. All these songs I put together, it got to be my turn.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like that too, though, that you found yourself because and when you create in music and stuff, a lot of people don't understand the value in knowing exactly who you are and what direction you want to go. People be all over the place following trends and trying to, gather what's hot and add it to what they got going on, though. But when I listen to this project, though, I hear a lot of motivation in it, though. Is that what you tried to give? Because, the Head Up Chest Out record, that's my favorite record off of it, though. But you got a lot of the records is speaking about motivation and, getting out of pain and obstacles and keep going with the music, though. Talk to me about why was it so motivational, fam?
That right there is what I did it for. I was in a state of mind. I was in a dark place when I was making certain of them songs. And some of them songs were so deep, I would listen to them after I make them, and it would hit me about the things I was saying. That's how deep it was. And I know it's a lot of people in this world that had the same pain. So I was like, it's better for me to express myself and put this out for them.
Yeah.
Because it's deeper than just me. And sometimes it was hard finding myself and doing it, but I actually did it. And it came together perfectly. That's why I felt like it was my turn.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, because you young and you speaking about finding, speaking motivationally, finding yourself and knowing exactly which direction you want to go and who you are. I think that, it's artists that's 35 and 40 that's not even at that stage yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about the things that you go through in life. Once you go through certain stages in life, like I had to lose everything, lose people I love, lose somebody that I wanted to be with the rest of my life. Separation brings growth, and that's what happened with me. And I just took off, had to. I couldn't be stuck in one spot.
Talk to me about experiences, fam. How important is it for you to put experiences in your songs? And when you listen to other people's songs, is them speaking from experience? Is that what makes you gravitate towards their music?
That's what made me gravitate, because I like music that I can feel. Like, if I can't run it back and feel it, it's not going to be played. Like, it's cool to listen to a song one time. Yeah, I'm bobbing my head or play it in the club. But, like, when I'm by myself, I play songs that I can feel. That's what makes me 3 months from now go back and say, let me play this because I felt it. Yeah. So, like, when it comes to experiences, if somebody can't relate to your music, they're not going to play it more and more. You're not going to get the plays that you want. You're not going to get what you expect out of it because you're not telling your life. That's all.
You know, I got a couple more questions. I'm gonna make it quick, fam. I know you got things to do or whatever though. But when I think about the Carolinas, right, it ain't that many artists in the Carolinas that has popped. It's a few, but it's not many. What does the Carolinas mean to you, and what you know what I mean? What you think direction the Carolinas should go, and who should people be looking for in the Carolinas?
In the Carolinas is a whole lot of artists. I can't name them all because I'm gonna be missing out on people that I know and that I got love for. But it's so many. Yeah. But I feel like it's a lot of hatred between each other, and it's like they don't want to push each other and not hate, because it's a term, it's a saying. Nobody like to see you doing better than them. They like to see you doing good, but not better than them. Yeah. So I feel like that's the problem with Charlotte, Carolinas, but. It's so many names. I can't even put them out the top of my head, for real.
I salute you for that though, because if you can't say them all, don't say none of them. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't say none.
Hey man, I appreciate your time, Cam. Tell me the song that the people should gravitate to, because I already played my favorite record. Tell me what song you want me to play for the people.
I'm gonna tell you what, the song I want you to play for the people, because the one that I played the most and the most they loved before I even dropped this tape was Thug Motivation. That's my #1 song. The things I was going through, in the state of mind I was at my lowest. Yeah, I played that junk so many times. Yeah, and I just felt it. I felt my own lyrics.
Oh, we about to get to it then, fam. Hey, enjoy your day. I'll be up with you soon, fam. I appreciate your time. I highly appreciate you, my brother.
I appreciate you, fam.
Let's get it. Yeah. Let me give the young brother a round of applause, man. He a young guy. What caught my attention is he talking about speaking from experience. He talking about finding himself and knowing who he is. Hey, that's important, man. It's a lot of niggas out here just rapping and talking crazy out their ass and ain't saying a whole bunch of nothing. Let's get into Thug Motivation, though. Let's go.
Yeah, words of a real nigga. Words of a real nigga. No more CDFBG. Real hot shit. Straight like that. No pen, no pad, clear my chest, supplying my fans. I'm the product of the east side, go to child, old friends in the stands. I know I'm a nigga with my niggas, put them in position, see the bigger picture. I can't go to sleep, devil hunting me, counting blessings, but I'm born sinner. I gotta get my shit together, I've been plotting on the better. Might not happen overnight, but I promise not under pressure. My success is set in stone, I'm be thugging till I'm gone. My lifestyle is hustle strong, feeling empty, staying strong. Trying every single day to not crash out and got my witness. Been through pain, it's on my face, it's worse than acne and a blemish. Please don't come around to switch, that's deja vu since I was minor. Had to keep a level head through rainy days, my soul a fighter. Got my back against the waters momentarily. This when I make next move, be my best just for my therapy. Got it out the mud, I elevated, doing shows with Blizzy. Right behind me, flocking, wop on stage, you play that bum down quickly. Gotta stay on swivel, shit get real, niggas hell, you got bad history. I can say up to this point, be every single out I had ain't fuck with me mentally. Don't want none of these hoes, want me for the racks and the fan base claim she fuck me. Feel like cheeky Sosa, hate being sober, certain shit turn you a junkie. Gotta invest in your craft, unlock your talent, my process killer with honest. Every day is some new shit, just like her saying most of the times it's crisis. My whole circle gon' smack, so I'm keeping the G-Lock going on T, they flight risk. One trade on my click, can't pay me enough, just us, our loyalty prices. On green, no pin, no pad, claim my chest, supply my fans. I'm the product of the east side, go to child, old friends in the stands. I know I'm a nigga when my niggas put them in position, see the bigger picture. I can't go to sleep, devil hunting me, counting blessings, but I'm born sinner. I gotta get my shit together, I've been plotting on the better. Might not happen overnight, but I promise not under pressure. My success is set in stone, I'm be thugging till I'm gone. My lifestyle is hustle strong, feeling empty, staying strong.
Young Boy 5, man. I'm going to put a link in the description for y'all to go check out his album, My Turn. He's speaking a lot of motivation, a lot of real talk. Y'all just heard him on the phone, man. I got him on the phone so we could converse with him about his music. My platform was created initially to highlight artists. And I was highlighting artists from my hometown in Tennessee. Now we done had artists on here from L.A., from Germany, from the Carolinas, from New Jersey, New York. My platform is a platform to highlight the best. If you creating some of the highest quality music, get at me and I'm going to make sure you get your shine on. Real talk. Got to switch the topic, though. Got to get into the podcast. I titled the podcast, Everybody's Got a Price. With all the gambling going on in the NBA, with all the money talk on the Verzuz yesterday, everybody's got a price. With the food stamps, the EBTs, it's about done for. The government shut down. Everybody's got a price. I want to get into this Verzuz conversation, though, early in the show, because it's going to take up a significant amount of time. I grew up on P, man. The height of my youth, high school. The height of my trapping days. Getting money, the ice cream man. P was very motivational. He was like Michael Jordan in the South. 2 years, $400 million. I talked to y'all last week about how we used to be lined up at the store waiting on anything that No Limit dropped. And P is that boy. But we got to get into this Verzuz. The first thing I want to say about this Verzuz, though, is
another
that
thing for people.
My fault for the clip, y'all. But the first thing I want to say about this Verzuz, though, is that why wasn't it in New Orleans? It being in Las Vegas, I know that is neutral, but all of these individuals is from Louisiana, is from New Orleans. Why wasn't it at the Superdome? Yeah, that's the only thing that threw me off, man. Real spill. But, it was great. It was a great show last night. Juvie came out solo with the intro. He did 400 Degrees. Then P came out deep with the No Limit Soldiers, doing the song No Limit Soldiers. Early on in this Verzuz, I had the score like lopsided. And we're going to do the breakdown because a lot of people don't do breakdowns no more when it comes to Verzuz. And I'm going to break it down song by song because I just feel like it's mandatory to break it down song by song. I got each song on my phone or whatever, how in order, how they came out and everything. So we're going to do that. P was bouncing around like, I thought the nigga had just rubbed himself down with Icy Hot, the way he was bouncing them knees and all of that. The nigga in his 50s hyped up like that from start to finish. Salute to Master P. Real talk, man. Birdman, Birdman, that's my nigga, man. He was very inspirational to me with the streets and the dope boy behavior and talking about getting money all the time. I just love them Cash Money niggas because they was just talking about getting the money, the No Limit Soldiers. This was a good thing. People had it like a blowout that No Limit blew Cash Money out, but I got a different take than that, though. Real talk. And I may be wrong for saying this, though, but Silk the Shocker, dude, that nigga got Tourette syndrome. Because when that I Ain't My Fault came out, man, I couldn't even bob my head to that shit. Like, I don't even know what the hell he was talking about. That Silk the Shocker shit. And when I was young, I thought it was hard. But now listening to it, I see what everybody talking about. The nigga was off beat. I was bobbing my head the whole time Silk start rapping. I stopped bobbing my head instantly. Real talk. Salute to Mia X one more time. Mia X was popping her shit the whole time. She was rapping them long ass verses. It seemed like her verses was 24 bars, 36 bars. This ain't the time or the era when people was writing 12s and 10s and 8s. They was writing 16s or 24s. These songs was 5, 6, 7 minutes long. You know, I was just happy to see Mia X. I noticed online a few months ago or whatever, Mia X and P was beefing. It was nice to see Romeo out there with P because it was a time where Romeo and P was beefing and all of that. So it was just cool to see everybody from, on P side out there. I like seeing Fiend out there. Mr. Womp Womp, he didn't even do that song, the Womp Womp song. Mercedes was out there, and we got something to say about Mercedes too, because she tripping. I forgot all about Mr. Magic when them fuck them other niggas came on because rest in peace to Mr. Magic, man. Real talk. Rest in peace to Mr. Magic. He was a dope individual. Free C Murder, man. C Murder, it's golly, they really locking the boy up for life, the whole life. Chopper Styles, when Chopper Styles came out and did that, C-Walk, chop, chop, C-Walk, chop, chop, I felt like, No Limit didn't have no fun songs, no songs where you could have fun with it. And when Chopper Styles came out, I was like, damn, P got a stupid ass catalog. Stupid. I was happy to see Mac home because Mac damn near did 20 years minimum. I feel like he did a whole 20. I just was celebrating everything, Juvie, one more time for Juvie. Juvie came at that motherfucker, man, and handled his business. Weezy wasn't there. Turk wasn't there. And I don't even want to get into the foolishness, but I got the clips of Turk responding to the ending of what Birdman had to say. And I got the clips of Birdman and all of that, though. But Juvie handled his business. I don't like that Wayne didn't show up neither, though. Because I did the reaction to his Louisiana festival. When he did his Louisiana festival earlier this year, the whole Cash Money was there. But now they having this versus, you can't pop out for this, though. That's whole ass nigga behavior. That's just my that's just my take. On CD and on record, and what I like to ride to in my car, BG was my favorite Cash Money artist at one point in time. I even done gave BG 10 racks for a verse that, it's on my playlist. The song that I did with BG is on my playlist on my channel. Y'all can go check it out. It's called For My Niggas. But BG is garbage now. I'm just here to tell you. This shit is trash, nigga. You got classic old songs and all of that, though, but it seemed like you ain't got the energy no more. You want to be cool and fly and high and giggling and shit all the time. And, I ain't. I just want you to turn up and make some dope music, though. But we about to get into the scoring of this because people don't do this no more. The first songs that came out, Cash Money came out with Juvenile 400 Degrees. No Limit came out with No Limit Soldiers. That's 1-0 No Limit. No Limit 1-0. Cash Money, okay. So they did Still Fly, and P did Break 'Em Off something with Pimp C on that. Pimp C ain't alive. Rest in peace to the pimp. He couldn't come out, but that that Break 'Em Off something came on. 2-0 No Limit. Now they got interesting. Project Bitch and Freak Holes. This was close. But I gave it to Cash Money. So 2-1 No Limit. Rich Niggas and How You Do That There. That How You Do That There. That you can't. 3-1 No Limit. 3-1 No Limit. Cash Money is an Army nigga, a Navy nigga, and then Bourbons and Lax. Think about that. Cash Money is an Army BG song up against Bourbons and Lax. I gave it to Cash Money. 3-2 Cash Money. 3-2 No Limit. Slow Motion, and I Can Tell, you know, that song I Can Tell is cool and everything. It's a riding song and all of that, but it slowed down the vibe, you know. That was that song with Mac. It slowed down the vibe. Slow Motion is a hit with a No Limit artist on it. Soulja Slim. Rest in peace to Soulja Slim. So it was 3-3, tied up. Slow Motion. If that don't win, then I'm sorry. So Bling Bling and It Ain't My Fault came on. Silk came on and threw the whole show off. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So Cash Money got the lead now. 3-4 Cash Money. You know. Set It Off against the Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man is iconic. It's a slow song. Set It Off is dun, 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 dun. But Set It Off ain't better than the original song by UNLV, where they was dissing Mr. Cole, use a hoe. Even though it's a good song, Juvie, it's not better than that UNLV version, Drag 'Em in the River. So I had to give it the P, so it's tied up. 4-4 No Limit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is where I got interested at. So number one Stunner came on, and then P did Batty, but Birdman had this to say before he did number one.
Keep your ones
hold
up.
on, Fresh, can I say something, bro?
Keep your ones up.
Fresh, can I say something, bro? Keep them up. I started this stunt shit. I started this jewelry. I'm the first nigga with diamonds in their teeth. I'm the first nigga with tattoos in their face. I started this stunt shit.
Now you ready?
Let's get it. Let's get
Everybody
it,
put your wands in the air, man. Push your motherfucking wands in the air, nigga.
You know me, I don't need an introduction to shit. Ride business, all Fendi, all button. This.
Blanging on, but hey, if you was a Get Money nigga in that era and you wasn't riding around to that number one Stunner, what, and that Like Father Like Son mixtape, you don't know nothing about no Cash Money or no Get No Money. That was around the time when BG and Juvie and all of them left, and it was Wayne and Bird. And that right there, that song meant something to me. And I love, a lot of people hated when Birdman started popping his shit on there and start talking about, I started this and it's stunting and all of this and that. And P responded to that with this.
The biggest. Hold up, man.
The biggest.
I gotta give it to Birdman. He started that stunting shit.
You know I started that
You
stunt
did?
shit, nigga.
Well, guess what, nigga? I was uptown too, and I started that one KL is yours. Huh?
Yeah.
Where y'all at?
I could never turn my back, nigga. Never. I could never forget
What?
where I came from. Master P.
Where y'all at?
Native of New Orleans, all y'all hands on. I didn't put my wrist with California, put them on the map. Put them up.
Where y'all at?
Where you from? Check out some of this down south shit, nigga.
You bout it? I'm bout it. If you bout it, we'll say you bout it. I represent where the killers at. Third Wall, Kelly, your project, we got our own deck. It's a small hood, but it's all good. And Mr. Rogers ain't got shit up on my neighborhood.
I represent number. Hey, when that came on, it was damn near over. The verses was damn near completely over. But you know, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I thoroughly enjoyed how P came with it on that Batty, and I feel like, you know, that Batty took it. It ain't tied no more. No Limit up 5-4. So the next one was Get Your Roll On and Make Them Say I hate Make Them Say I hate that song. Nah. And I love Get Your Roll On. I love it. Because that's when the video, I envision the video when them in the Ferraris and everything doing donuts and shit, and they stunting getting the money. Everybody get your roll on. I envision that. But looking at it on Versus, it didn't have the same impact or feel for me because them niggas old now. And I just feel like when Fiend came on that Make 'Em Say, it was hard too. So I'm gonna give that a tie. That's a tie. That's a tie. Get your roll on, Make 'Em Say, that's a tie. So it's still 5-4, No Limit. I Need a Hot Girl and Chopper Style. Turk wasn't there. This hurt it. Turk wasn't there. Turk got the best verse on I Need a Hot Girl. Say I'm capping in the comment section. Correct me. I dare you. Turk got the best verse on her. Chopper Style. See what? Chop, chop. See what? Chop. That's a good song. Chopper Style. Chop, chop, Chopper Style. I Need a Hot Girl is the better song. Chopper Style, performance, and not seeing that for a while, it was dope. I'm going to give that a tie. Still 5-4, No Limit. At the end, they played a Millie, so they just played that. Wayne wasn't there. I didn't feel nothing from that. So the last two songs I'm going to go head up with Back That Ass Up and Down for My Niggas. Back That Ass Up is one of the most important songs to Cash Money Records. But I don't care about asses backing up like that. You know, I don't twerk, nigga. What the fuck? So it really ain't for me. Down for My Niggas, dope song. I remember that shit used to light the clubs all the way up. And it just used to light the clubs up. And one of them locked up, one of them dead, and Snoop Dogg came out. And he showed out. And I got it 6-4, No Limit. 6-4, No Limit. I give Down for My Niggas the vote over Back That Ass Up. But, you know, the culture won. Like Silk the Shocker said, the culture won. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself watching it. Dope verses. You know, I realized that people going to always be beefing. It's never no unity in the community. Niggas always whining and crying and talking crazy. And at the end of this verses, you know, they was talking about it was shootouts and stuff on the outside of the venue and all of that. It was just, you know, it's always some foolishness going on. But at the end of the verses, this happened.
Where you at, P? Say what you gotta say. Stunner, what you gotta say.
Hey, man, like, I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Like, when I met Blood in the gang, I had started this shit young. I was a young man trying to get some money and not be in the streets. And I met BG, I met Wayne, I met Juvie, I met Turk. Shout out to Turk, you little bitch. You ain't here, but fuck you. We gonna fuck with you and we won't fuck with you. You heard me?
Don't go off script, nigga.
We gonna fuck with that bitch when we won't fuck with her. But that's another movie. But ain't no, you know, Cash Money. When one nigga died, I ain't gonna say died, because we lost a lot of soldiers. But Cash Money ain't built on you leave, you can't, we gonna still multiply.
Let's go.
Cash Money ain't gonna never die. As long as I'm alive, hold on, Fresh, wait, Fresh. Long as I'm alive, Cash Money ain't gonna never die. Shout out to my nigga NBA Youngboy, NBA Richkin. Fuck who don't like it.
Right.
We with all the bullshit. If you ain't with us, fuck you, nigga.
The division and the foolishness is crazy. But I gotta say something though, because I see people taking that, him calling him the B word the wrong way. I don't want to say it to mess up my monetization, but that's the language that they speak down there in Louisiana. You know, we adopted that in Tennessee from them boys, calling each other bitch, little bitty bitch. You know what I'm saying? You bitch, you this and that, your whole ass nigga. You know, that's just the disrespectful, but that's us embracing one another. People that don't understand South terminology don't know that. He wasn't being disrespectful when he called him a bitch, to be honest with you. But people don't understand that Southern terminology though. And Birdman started, talking crazy about like, as long as I'm alive, Cash Money ain't gonna never die. And you know what's crazy? I made a clip about him talking about they sold 1 trillion records. As of recently, he been on tour with NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy is a Cash Money artist. He had Drake, he had Nicki, he done had Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan. He had Future up under his wing. Birdman is the man. He knows how to see and find talent, and he has kept it going. Master P does his thing, and I salute Master P outside of music, though, but it's not no CEO. This is what I'm going to give Birdman a shout for. It's not no black CEO that can compare to Birdman. You can put all these niggas together, and they can't compete with Bird. Bird the GOAT. I'm going to give him a round of applause. I know he was speaking foolishness and everything, but I enjoyed the dumb shit. Turk had to respond to that, though. Let's go.
My lawsuit is not on Cash Money, not on Juvenile, not on Baby, not on BG, not on Manny Fresh. So I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me. You feel me? But when homie said what he said tonight, shit, I guess that's how all of them feel. You heard me? You know, I ain't know y'all feel that way. Damn, you too. You feel me? Like how can try to act like Turk and exist when I'm on all the hit songs? I'm on all the hit songs. Like, bro, I got more relevance right now because I'm more active by myself. I'm not with a bunch of my people be in the background. You can hear them in the background. Ain't no trying to get no spotlight. Nobody give a about that. So, man, I don't know what it is, bro. Like I've been trying to figure it out. You feel me? But I know one thing for sure. I ain't doing shit for free. Gotta pay me. And ain't no gonna play me. Period. You feel me? And that's just what it is. I ain't no yes man. I ain't gonna. My brand is this. I represent YNT. Like when Weezy be coming up, Weezy say, man, I represent Young Money. I go by the, y'all know what he be saying. Got their own brand. We come from Cash Money. You feel me? And it's nothing but love and respect for Slim and Baby. But bro, I'm not no child no more.
I respect that. Wholeheartedly. I respect that. As a man, you got to hold your own nuts. It's time to be responsible for yourself. You got your own brand. You're doing your own thing. I be seeing you on Beehive TV doing podcasts. You running around with your wife. You and your wife got a show. You just dropped the album. You your own man. Do your own thing. Sign your own artist. And Bird got to respect that, and not see him as a child anymore because he's not a child. And salute to Turk. Salute the Swiss and Timberland. I want to give my conclusion, and then my conclusion on the verses, and then I want to play Mercedes, a No Limit artist, talking about she's suing P now. God Almighty, what's really cracking? I remember talking to my homeboy about No Limit music, saying that it didn't age well. Real talk. I can't relate to it no more like that. And listening to Cash Money's music, I feel the same way now. It's funner. It's more fun, get money music, more of the type of lifestyle that I live. No Limit music is more violent and street. I'm so far removed from that, I can't relate to it no more. But I was excited to see it. It brought me back into the element of that lifestyle and that time period of my life. But what I want to say in closing is that if you are an artist and you creating music, try your best to stick with real instrumentation instead of keyboard sounds. Cause those many fresh beats in 2025, they kind of sound childish. All of that old type shit, you know, them Casio keyboard sounds, that ain't it, dog. Those KLC beats by the pound beats, them No Limit beats was beating. Them shits was beating through the surround sound TV last night when I was looking at the verses. And salute to everybody that contributed to it, man. It was a dope show. You know, I'm looking forward to the next one. I was planning on streaming that live last night, but you know, I got a copyright strike on my channel as of recently, and I'm trying to let it fall off before I do any type of streaming off, using other platforms to stream live on YouTube, because I don't want to lose my channel messing around with the dumb shit. So I let that be. But in closing, I say it was a great show. Great performance from all of them boys, man. And I was just excited to see it. But let's get into this Mercedes reaction, man. She said she's suing P.
It's not a minute long, so I have to stay on here long enough so I can post it. But I'm definitely going to post this to my page because I'm sick and fucking tired of being. I am supposed to be here just like everybody else. I don't know. Somebody else got to sing my song, but not single one of theirs. This shit up and foul, but it's cool because I promise I got something for everybody.
I swear to God, I got something for everybody. It's so many people that ain't even. Look how many people that's not No Limit that's on this fucking stage. Do you see? I'm over here with Timberland. Why do they have me and Timberland on the side of the stage?
Make me understand it. Do you see this? I got a whole wristband, and you let me go on. Like, let me make it. How that sound? That sound deliberate, huh? Something just ain't right. It's cool though, because y'all can expect a lawsuit because I did not give permission for anybody else to perform my song, so it's gonna be a problem. Believe it's up and it's stuck. I'm playing. Bring them out, because I got them all day. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Come my way, I promise.
You know, man, Mercedes, that album dropped. It seemed like we was waiting on that album for 10 years. I never heard it. When I heard that song that Mac performed, that you didn't mention his name, you said somebody else performed my song. I was wondering if she was going to come out because she a part of that, but she never came out. But a lawsuit? Yeah, stop. You know, you was there with the family, man. Stop. When it comes to this money, and this everybody got a price I'm talking about on this show, and this capitalism, man, this money is the root of all evil. And not having money is the root of all evil, too. It's part of the root of the evil also. Great show last night. Salute to everybody that contributed to that, man. Hey, I enjoyed myself. Real talk. Looking forward to the next one. Switching the topic, though. We're going to get into some sports conversations. I was excited to see that Michael Jordan is contributing to NBA on NBC. You know, Mike, to me, is my GOAT. I look at Michael Jordan as a person that put his life on the line to win championships. You know, he might not have been the most athletic. He might not have been the strongest or the fastest or whatever, though. But when it was time to win, he put his life on the line. And I'm looking forward to his next episode on NBC since all of this gambling stuff has transpired. I want to see if he's going to get into that type of conversation. The games this week in the NBA was phenomenal. I like Wemby. I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's standing on business, stomping on business. I'm looking forward to seeing Ja Morant do his thing and smashing on niggas and stuff again. The Charlotte Hornets don't look too bad neither, though, to be honest with you. Basketball is in a great place, and I'm just looking forward to seeing Chuck, Shaq, and them boys on TNT. Well, they ain't on TNT no more. I'm just excited, y'all. My fault. But inside the NBA has switched to ESPN, and it was dope still. Ain't nothing changed. I thought they was going away when TNT was getting rid of them, but ESPN picked them up, said this show is too good to let it go. So, I'm excited about that. But let's get into this Michael Jordan clips, though. Let's go.
Jordan has won it. A spectacular Jordan again. It is Michael Jordan time. Yes.
It's amazing. You never really know when you're in the, the prime of your career how much time you really do not have for family. That's what I have time to do now. I mean, the most valuable asset I have is time.
Right.
So that's probably why you don't see enough of me, because that time I'm trying to spend with family members and things that I've been missing out on for such a long time.
Do you ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in years.
No, come on. Just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
I don't. But
It's a
seriously,
reason.
the last time you picked up a basketball and shot it?
I was at the Ryder Cup,
Yeah.
and I rented a house from the owner.
Sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet and thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? And I already paid for the house. It's not like he got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot the free throw, it's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
Hey, I can't quit thinking about what one of my partners said on his show the other day. Michael Jordan talking about that was the most nervous he been in years. Shooting the ball for the little white boy. But the nigga don't want to sign niggas autographs. He don't want to salute niggas. He don't want to shoot around or entertain black folk, but he was nervous to shoot the free throw for the white boy. Hey, boy, my boy, hell, Florida Boy J. Salute to Florida Boy J, man. Go subscribe to Florida Boy J channel, too. He got some dope content, though. But, you know, I ain't shocked that Jordan don't shoot the ball no more, man. Because he has other things that he has to tend to. He probably still love the game, but when you love something and you can't contribute it to it no more in a way that you would like to, I can understand how you will put the ball down. Real talk. Let's keep the clips going, though.
Those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
I hope you switched it.
Absolutely. I got the most gratifying that made my whole week is that I was able to please that kid, not knowing if I could.
So you let us bring a camera or two to your place here to talk to you about basketball. Why do you want to share what you're thinking about basketball now?
It's pay it forward. You know, I have an obligation to the game of basketball, not financially. I'm okay. I mean, I think more or less from as a basketball player is to be able to pass on messages of success and dedication to the game of basketball.
Still love it?
Love it like you wouldn't believe. I mean, in all honesty, I wish I could take a magic pill, put on shorts, and go out and play the game of basketball today. Because that's who I am. That's that type of competition, that type of competitiveness is what I live for, and I miss it. I miss that aspect of playing the game of basketball. Being able to challenge myself against what people see as great basketball. But it's better for me to be sitting here talking to you as opposed to popping my Achilles and I'm in a wheelchair for a while.
But it's nice to be able to share the things that can still make the game great going forward from your perspective.
Yeah, I think one of the things why I did this is as professional athletes, we have an obligation to pay it forward. You know, that's part of what, you know, this is all about is to pass it, pay it forward.
You know, I like the fact that he said he feels obligated to pay it forward. But what's interesting is why now? You know, I have a whole lot of theories about why now, because it's the end of LeBron's career and then the perception of the GOAT. Is he trying to keep the perception of the GOAT, of him being the GOAT out there? Is he going to start talking crazy on there? On the channel and on the shows and stuff, talking about LeBron and him and doing comparisons and stuff, because it's why now? And, you know, NBC making him the highest paid person to talk sports on the channel is also interesting. Like, is he that valuable to the league? Yes, he is. I know he is. And that's the boy. If it wasn't for Jordan, the NBA might not even be here. I don't think the youth even realized that, because the NBA was in sort of a slump until Bird and Magic. And then Jordan took the mantle and ran with it and elevated the league to where these players are getting paid what they getting paid now. So if it wasn't for Mike, they supposed to be congratulating and saluting Mike, because Mike paid it forward. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what he got to say moving forward. Now that this gambling stuff has came out, man. What's y'all thoughts, though? That's what I want to know. What's y'all thoughts about Mike on NBA on NBC, and are y'all looking forward to it? Or y'all like, man, this old ass nigga need to go on somewhere, man. He slipping on his pimping. We don't want to hear from Mike no more. But salute to Mike. Salute the other Mike for interviewing him. I feel like this is going to be something dope for people who like sports, who like basketball, who love the game. We need to hear from the GOAT more often. But I want to switch the topic up, though. Adam Silver, to me, feel like he knew something before these allegations came to fruition. He was on Pat McAfee's show before Chauncey Billups and Stephen A. Smith, and before, Cash Patel got to talking. The day before all of this stuff came out, I don't see nobody on no platforms or podcasts playing this clip.
Integrity of the game, and how do you balance that with the growth and obviously the relationships that you have with these sports betting partners?
Interestingly enough, I think in the modern digital era, the choice is between legalized sports betting or illegal sports betting, not do you want sports betting or not. And so ultimately our view has been that since we know there's going to be enormous betting on sports out there, there always has been lots of illegal betting when I was younger, but it was much more difficult before the internet. You'd have to meet someone on the corner, or there were betting slips, things like that, or you had an old school bookie. Of course, now you can just bet on your phone. So on one hand, with this regulated structure of legalized betting, we can monitor it in ways that were unimaginable years ago, that if there's any aberrational behavior, people betting large numbers who hadn't historically done so, just opening an account to place bets, or even the geo-targeting, we know exactly from where the bets are being placed. I mean, very specifically, if you're in an arena and place a bet, we know you're in the arena. In many cases, we know where in the arena you are when you place that bet. So sort of analogize to a stock market where there's, of course, there's a legal framework, but there's lines that make activity illegal, like insider trading, for example. And so you have potentially the equivalent in sports where somebody may have inside information. It could be a player, and the worst case scenario is a player who's trying to impact their own performance for a bet, or it may be people around a player, and it may be unintentional on the part of a player, but somebody who's around the player knows that the player isn't feeling well or isn't going to play, even though that hasn't been announced yet. So, we have a framework, a structure in place to monitor, to prevent those kinds of things happening, so that there is the information is available to potential bettors, so that it's a level playing field in terms of placing those bets. But there's no question, it introduces a whole new set of issues. One of the issues you see in arenas, and I hear from players and coaches on this, are fans.
Integrity.
Gambling to me is something that can create an addiction. I feel like, this betting and this gambling has taken away from the gameplay. College football, college basketball, this NIL stuff, this DraftKings, when I look at podcasts now, $1 million worth of game with Barstool and other places. Joe Budden always talking about prize picks halfway through his show. Cam and Mace with the underdog betting. Everybody is trying to get involved in gambling. You know, Jay-Z just lost his bid to put a Caesar's Palace place to gamble in New York. Everybody celebrating Nas for getting some gambling situation, a casino in Queens. I feel like this is big business, but I don't feel like it's beneficial to the people. You know, people getting paid millions upon millions of dollars playing basketball and gambling to win 10 to 50,000 and, you know, calling out of games and saying that they injured when they not, and they know LeBron ain't going to play, so they tell somebody else to put 20 on the other team because LeBron ain't playing this game. You know, it create a whole sort of issues that they don't understand yet, just like Adam Silver just said. Damn, man, I'm shocked that this is even happening to Chauncey Billups and buddy that used to play at Charlotte that play for the Heat now. And I forgot his name right now, but I'm gonna get it here in a second though. It's just that people are gonna blame Trump. People are gonna blame Cash Patel and say that they targeting a league where the league is making black people financially stable and where the Epstein files. They're gonna go straight to the Epstein files. And people always, whatever goes wrong in this country right now, it's Trump's fault. Your poots think Trump did it. Trump did this. Trump did that. Cash Patel is outside. I never seen, no FBI director outside like this. He was at the NBA one day. He went to Philadelphia the next day, cleaned house on some street, got some gang members from Puerto Rico out of there. Went to New York the next day, got some criminals out of there doing press conferences. So if you're a criminal and you're doing criminal activities, it's time to sit your ass down. Real talk. So I want to get into this clip where Stephen A. Smith said Trump.
You do not see something like this happen. Even when the scandal came down the pike involving Tim Donaghy, the former referee for the NBA, you didn't see the director of the FBI having a press conference about it. But that's what we saw this morning. And to me, it comes down to this. Trump is coming. He's coming. It's not hyperbolic. It's not hyperbole. I'm dead serious. He's coming for the National Football League. Why you think this whole Bad Bunny thing and the Super Bowl halftime show is an issue? The NBA, and conveniently, this comes down the pike after opening night for the NBA season on ESPN. The veracity and the substance of the case itself, that has to be determined, and that has to bear out. And we have to keep our eyes and ears to the grind about that to decipher, how significant this is. But there's no question that it's serious. And if you're talking about an illegal gambling operation that was taking place, whether it be poker games or anything else, don't just look at the players. Look at who they're connected to. As a person who loves the NBA, who loves Adam Silver, who had love for David Stern, God rest his soul, who knows an abundance of people associated with the NBA, I know that there's no way, in my heart of hearts, I firmly believe, there's no way they would be remotely associated with such a thing. They take these things very seriously. But when it comes to Trump, this is not about that. This is about the integrity of the league. This is about impugning their integrity. This is about making things a bit messy and inconvenient. And whoever has to suffer, so be it. And why? Because people came after him. I've said before, vengeance, retribution. The man ain't playing. And this is not me casting aspersions, making judgment, or doing anything on anybody's side. I'm just telling you what I know. The man ain't playing. It's not like some superstar was named in all of this, y'all. This is Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier. But it didn't stop them from having a press conference at 10 a.m. to make sure that ABC had it, and First Take had it, and the sports world had it, to let you know what's coming down the pike, because he's coming. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just giving you the message. I'm telling you what I know, meaning what has been told to me. Not by him, because I don't talk to him. And I don't agree with him, and I didn't vote for him. But you must understand, this is the climate. He ain't messing around.
You know, just last weekend, I celebrated Stephen A. Smith for bringing up objectivity in podcasting and in politics and in the sports world and talking about not speaking with feelings and emotions and assuming shit. And he just assumed something right there. He was assuming that Trump is targeting people, targeting the sports leagues and the NBA. And that you know, assuming to me, I really don't like to assume, but I remember Trump tried to buy the Bills at one point in time. The NBA, they don't, you know, embrace Trump. A lot of people hate the nigga, to be honest with you, but that don't mean that you should commit crimes. If Trump wasn't in office, you still committing a crime. Like these celebrities been getting away with criminal activity so much that they feel like, you know, they can do whatever they want to do. That's not the reality of it, dog. Regular people go to jail for petty shit all the time. Y'all think that y'all can get away with high stakes gambling, millions and millions of dollars. You know, I don't understand it. People be feeling like, why is he sending the National Guards here and there? Man, crime is crime. If you committing crime, then you gonna do the time. Whatever gonna happen is what's gonna happen. You know, I'm not a person that sympathizes with criminals. You know, I think logically, if I'm doing it, then what should I expect? Man, I remember when I was a young boy and I was in the streets, I was nervous. People used to be like, you always looking in the rearview mirror. You always doing this and that. I know the consequences of what I'm doing. I'm aware of the consequences of what I'm doing. So by me being aware of the consequences and knowing what I'm up against, damn right I'm nervous. Shit. So, you know, Stephen A. Smith, that assuming and thinking that people are supposed to get away with stuff and then blaming Trump. Man, blame them people that's committing the crimes. Sorry. At the end of the day, I know y'all want the Epstein files and y'all think that he's doing all of this stuff. The government shut down. He targeting the NBA. He doing all of this because he don't want the Epstein files released. That still don't mean you can commit crimes. Real.
By the way, this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
It's simple. You can assume. You can have your conspiracies. You can be thinking about this shit all day. Why did they get him? Why did they do that and do this and do that? You was committing a crime. You didn't get away with it. You got caught. Now you got to do the time. Boy, that's why, you know, Stephen A. Smith just exposed himself to me. That's why people be snitching. Because they be like, why did this happen? God, why did this happen to me? Nigga, you was doing a crime. No matter if Trump targeted, you was still doing a crime. You got caught. The NBA, if you're doing them crimes and you're LeBron James, you're Jordan, you're gambling, you're doing wrong, you're telling people that such and such ain't going to be in the game, you're fudging numbers, lying, acting like your ankle hurt when you're not hurt so you can get you an extra $100,000 tonight. Or you lose your whole career, your millions and millions of dollars bullshitting, you deserve every last bit of it. But I want to get to something, though, you know, because we was talking about snitching. You know, it's people out here that's saying that Gilbert Arenas, we just seen a few months ago, he got jammed up Rachel Nichols even talked about, is he snitching? On a Disney network said that. And he had a response to her, though. But it's not just her that assumes that he's snitching. It's a lot of people assuming things. Let's get it.
Of the game. And like, how do
Rachel Nichols do good? She used my video, and she actually wrote that I possibly snitched.
Oh, no, Rachel.
I listen, I was going to troll with the best of them. But to ask that question,
no, she can't do that.
Because then it makes me really want to, like, first of all, two of them niggas is gambling on NBA. One is throwing poker games and robbing his friends. Ain't got shit to do with me. I'm going to tell on this nigga. Wow, I'm going to tell on him. You know what I mean? My case is all a whole bunch of Igors and Igors, right? And I don't like this, what's going on. I see the word mafia.
Yeah.
But the only faces I see is Negroes.
Yeah.
Not Crenshaw Mafia. NBA. You know what I mean? It's NBA, like, wait a minute, hold on, man. Like, what's going on here? Y'all, what y'all going on? What the NBA do to y'all?
Brother polite. Brother, that's
I had to
brother
think about
knowledge.
it's mafia, but it's just local,
You've been
black.
around brother knowledge.
You've been around
brother
the
knowledge.
international crime bosses, blacks.
I be wanting to defend black folks a lot. I be wanting to defend niggas, but that's foolishness what he just said about the mafia and all of that. To me, because they organized, y'all the face, y'all the celebrities. That's why they paid y'all to make y'all the face of the crime. Think about it. If you having these poker games or whatever and they got y'all on the flyer or they got y'all on the promotion, they made y'all the face of it, of where the crime is going to. So if something happens, y'all the face of it. It is what it is. But I would like to see who these individuals are specifically, these mafia individuals, because that's interesting though. But I feel like y'all brothers committed a crime. Y'all know what y'all was getting yourself into. And now you're trying to make excuses for it and say these mafia bosses, the Italian guys or these Israeli guys or whatever. It's just, you got to hold yourself accountable first. That's an action that I try to have, and that's something that I try to do with myself at all times is hold myself accountable first. Real talk. Let's get into this next clip with Mace and Cameron talking about
I can't believe no gangster rap. I can't even listen to it. That's part of why I want to put no music out. I can't listen to gangster rap no more. I don't believe none of it. And with this situation,
any reason not to put no music out, man.
Killer, the snitching has made it to the NBA. Who would ever thunk? Who would ever thunk that?
You gonna
I know
find your
thunk
reason
is not a
to
word, but who would ever thought snitching would make it to the NBA? I mean, for crimes. This is crazy.
Who snitched in this case, though? I'm just asking. Did they say who's telling us that?
Everybody's telling.
Oh, okay.
There are different pieces, though, that
I can't say nobody's snitching, but people are going in, they're walking out soon as they get in. I can't throw away my brain. There's too many people throwing away their brain. Somebody got arrested a few months ago, and then everybody get arrested this week. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack, pause. I can't say nobody's snitching, but it just feels like everybody's snitching.
It seemed like, somebody's telling.
Yeah.
That's you're going to find that out.
Somebody had a 2-page paper.
That's crazy. I want to get off of this NBA topic, but it was suspicion that Kevin Garnett was involved in some things. It's suspicion that I forgot buddy name, Damian Jones, was talking about LeBron. He was telling people that LeBron wasn't going to play a couple of these games, and they placed bets saying that we're going to lose and everything. I feel like this is just the beginning. I feel like if the mafia bosses or the mob or whatever, they can't get to the professional players, they're going to go to the college players. and get that money. Because they just got to get the money. They're going to always find ways and tactics to get the money. So I feel like Adam Silver is going to have to make it harsh, remove you from the league, or do something that is going to make people think twice. I know it's people out here that I've been hearing online talk about what's wrong with it. You know, why government can contribute to the stock market. You know, they understand the stocks. They can invest in stocks and stuff. Why can't NBA players gamble and all of that? You know, it's a private league. It's not public. So when you're dealing with private companies, you got to obey by the rules, the laws, and the regulations of that private company, or they can remove you. I don't know why you're gambling anyway. You know, you're making $20-30 million a season and you still gambling. It's foolishness, man. And y'all ain't built for time. Y'all ain't even criminals. Y'all easy targets for the FBI. Easy targets. Y'all ain't criminals. You know you can't do a day, nigga. You can't go from being $100 million man to a cell with some warm grits and oatmeal and a cold piece of chicken with gravy on it. No. Get me out of here. What I got to do? That's why May said what he said about, I didn't think the snitching was going to go to the NBA. Man, that's the main tactic. I don't even know who created snitching, but whoever thought to create that to help people out, get out of their situation or whatever, was a genius. Because I don't trust none of you niggas. I think all of y'all will tell. Even y'all that's watching. I don't think nobody's solid no more. I think everybody telling. You know, I'm going to play this last clip from It Is What It Is about Mace talking about EBT before we get into some music and then I finish off the show. Because I got a few more topics, but Mace was talking about EBT, and we know the government is shut down right now. And come November the 1st, EBT, you know, it might be out of here. Real spill.
It's crazy out here, man. I don't know what's going on, man.
It been crazy out here, murder.
Nah, it's real crazy, man. EBT is over. It's wild out here, killer.
I think that's the craziest shit going on, to be honest with you.
I don't know how they can do that to the hood, man. No EBT.
It's part of Trump shit. I like Trump though.
I don't know, man.
You fuck with Trump?
I did like Trump until the EBT. The EBT, I gotta really think about that.
I got a problem with that
there's
too.
There's a lot of people I know affected by that.
Who?
Shalisa. Tawana.
I'm about to say who you know personally. You still speak to them?
Yeah, I can get in the building.
Yeah, man.
If I ever needed to buzz the bell, they'll let me up.
Let me ask you a question, right? So, like,
I mean, I like Trump because back in the days,
that's what I'm talking about.
We went to parties together.
No,
not like them kind of parties, but regular parties.
No, I understand. No, Trump before Trump became president, niggas used to be with Trump, and then when he became president, it turned to something. I don't like getting political. I don't even really want to get into this, but I want to ask you a question.
So yeah, not the politics.
Nah, I don't want to get into the politic part either. But I like Trump outside of politics, and I'm not saying I don't like him in politics. I just don't have an opinion. But
you know, it's wild though that a lot of people did used to rock with Trump. The EBT thing is something that is interesting, especially since we seen Kevin McCall, buddy, crying, talking about Chris Brown owe him some money, and he got an EBT card. He a celebrity and all of that. I grew up off of food stamps. You know, I use food stamps. I remember we used to bust food stamps and buy baseball cards and buy Hot Meals with food stamps. We'll go to the store, spend a quarter, they'll give us 75 cents back. We'll go to another store, spend a quarter, they'll give us 75 cents back. We'll go to 4 or 5 stores till we had like $5. Then we'll go get us a burger and fry. Or go play the video game, arcade games and stuff. And food stamps was necessary in the hood. You know, single mothers. My whole community basically was single mothers. with no father figures around. And I feel like food stamps is something that is a necessity to the community. But I don't feel like food stamps should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be nothing that's permanent that you get addicted to. We just got through talking about gambling and how it becomes an addiction. Food stamps can become an addiction because it can bring you a level of comfortability and an expectation that something is coming that you should be looking forward to. But in our reality, you should be trying to get yourself out of that. As soon as I became grown and I was able to work and use my mind to get finances and stuff, trapping and hustling and working jobs and all of that old type of stuff, them food stamps was dead to me. They didn't even exist because I didn't want the $40, $50, $100 a month. I just didn't, want it. And I got up off my ass and went and got mine. So at the end of the day, I don't feel like it should be a lifestyle. I feel like if you healthy and you capable of going and getting you some paper, then I would prefer opportunity than consistent expectations of food stamps. I don't mind if they remove food stamps. I feel like they should be for the elderly or the people that's not capable or the people that's sick or the people that need some sort of assistance. It shouldn't be for migrants. You over here illegally get 1,000 food stamps a month. Stop. And to speak about this in a racial way, because I know people like race topics and stuff, they always want to put the face of food stamps on black people. We ain't the face of food stamps. It's only like 18 to 20% of people that's getting food stamps in this country is us. Majority of the people that's getting EBT is Caucasians. And then after that, it's Mexicans and migrants. We getting the least amount. So don't try to make the face of EBT black folks. Real talk, because we ain't the face of it. But, I want to play some music. But before I play the music, I want to play this clip of Dave East talking about his verse that he got from Nipsey Hussle. Let's get it.
Life is tricky because once somebody passed, now you talking with a whole nother group of people. You get what I mean? Like that's in control of that. But me personally knowing Nip, Sam knowing me and Nip relationship and just that vibe that was, it was almost like easy call, like, let's do it. So I think that was just a natural thing. It wasn't forced. It was just like, I really got this record that we've been sitting on forever. You know what I mean? Like, this is my first independent album, real like rollout drop. You know what I mean? So I was like, I need to put it out. Let's put this out.
Let's hear it. 12 months.
12 months. Produced by Mike and Keys.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dave East was the first artist signed to Nas' label Mass Appeal. Now he's independent and doing his thing on his own. And it's interesting to see what Nas is doing over there at Mass Appeal by releasing the Legend Has It series. I like Dave East. I think he's a dope rapper. I think him and Nipsey Hussle friendship was legit. And I'm looking forward to hearing this record. Let's get into it. It's titled 12 Months.
It's always gonna be bumps in the road. You gotta push through everything. Even if you're a brick boy, you gotta go through that. Ain't no stopping. Everything you still gotta wake up. So you gotta just stay down and take it wrong.
Nah, I'ma bleed the block, fucking lunch break, yeah. I'ma feed my fam off this one plate. I'ma make it home, fuck a gun case. See, that's just a risk a nigga gon' take. Had to just accept the niggas gon' hate. Had to tell myself that I was great. It's a lot of legs to this one race. Oh, what a difference 12 months made.
Jail around the corner, that was 08. I remember before the powder, I seen pace look like Colgate. All white, depression in my eyes, I had a broke face. Advice I got from Unc, that nigga smoke bass crack. Now I'm dancing on this shit, feel like the old Mace apartment was small. We ain't had no space. Pussy been around so that we don't chase. Pain that made my soul shake. Cuban full of ice cubes, oh shake. Cozy for the night view and don't shake. Cold case, can't identify him, make your bones ache. I had to get it dinners, we're selling food.
I'ma
nigga.
bleed the block, fucking lunch break, yeah. I'ma feed my fam off this one plate. I'ma make it home, fuck a gun case. See, that's just a risk a nigga gon' take. Had to just accept it, niggas gon' hate. Had to tell myself that I was great. It's a lot of legs to this one race. But oh, what a difference, 12 months, mate.
Smoking in my Maybach with like 30 logs. If you family, you gon' eat, no one deserve to starve. Dope sales, drive-thrus, we was serving cars. Kept a shot for niggas, not the ones they serve at bars. $150 to his face, it left a perfect scar. I'm a terrorist with the turban off. I'm playing dirty, go get your jersey washed. Smoking garbage and got the nerve to call. Come to Harlem, that's where I learned to talk. The foulest to swerve a Porsche. Pray to the most high, still I'm the most fly. Could care less about niggas like letting the roast die. I probably stomp like Kurt. Franklin's in my pocket. It was either soap and sock or it's a shank up in my pocket. Check scamming. Nothing like you waiting for that deposit. Different colors daily, it's flavors up in my closet. This is for the babies that made it about the project. We changed it and got them watching, so playing is not an option.
I'ma bleed the block, fucking lunch break, yeah. I'ma feed my fam off this one plate. I'ma make it home, fuck a gun case. See, that's just a risk a nigga gon' take. Had to just accept it, niggas gon' hate. Had to tell myself that I was great. It's a lot of legs to this one race. Oh, what a difference, 12 months, man.
Hey, that was a dope record, man. I feel like the rapping was impeccable. Dave East did his thing. The bars was meaningful. They was talking about believing in themselves, what a difference 12 months make in your life if you stand on business and you handle it and you get focused for 12 months. You can achieve whatever you set out to achieve. But I want to say something, and this is no shot at the producer, though, but the levels of those eerie sounds, it was too high. When I listen to Nipsey Hussle and the tone of his voice, he has more of a mellow voice. So you need to tone down those loud instruments in that. I feel like the engineer should have known that and the producer should have did something different with that. It's 2025. It's a dope record. You know, a lot of people are talking about this record, but at the end of the day, I felt like the production was lackluster. We're going to listen to one more song off of this, and then we're going to get back into the podcast because, you know, I thoroughly enjoy music, and that's what my platform is here for, to highlight artists like we did at the top of the show. But Bottega Trunks, I'm interested in hearing this record because it's featuring Stove God Cooks. And to me, on that song, FICO, I think that's the title of it, on the Clips album, I was introduced to Stove God Cooks. I ain't gonna cap to y'all at all. I was asleep on Stove God Cooks. And when I first heard him rapping on that, I felt like, you know, he is the next up and coming artist to, you know, do something significant in the culture. Let's get into this record, Bottega Trunks. Let's go.
I light a spliff to set the mood, baby. You know they kicked me out of school, baby. I'm the one, not the two, baby. I light a spliff to set the mood, baby. You know they kicked me out of school, baby. Told my mama that he been acting a fool lately. Now it's Bottega Trunks by the pool, baby. You ain't really made it till your crew made it. Cop a new Mercedes, bulletproof, baby. A rumor is a rumor, where the proof, baby. Crack open the roof, let's watch the moon, baby. Crack open the roof, let's watch the moon, baby. When crack was all she wanted, come on through, baby. She just got a check, she copping too, baby. I used to feel bad cause she got two babies. 300 to spend, she blowing 280. Brand new money, bring you new name. Couple homies looked out, I owe a few favors. I ain't too famous, I'm the one, not the two, baby. I light a spliff to set the mood, baby. You know they kicked me out of school, baby. Told my mama that boy been acting a fool lately. Now it's Bottega Trunks in the pool, baby. You ain't really made it till your crew made it. Cop a new Mercedes, bulletproof, baby. A rumor is a rumor, where the proof, baby. Crack open the roof, let's watch the moon, baby. Crack open the roof, let's watch the moon, baby. I'm the one, not the two, baby. I'm the one, not the two, baby. Flag on me and it's blue, baby.
I'm the 36, not the ounce, baby. Had the feds at my mama house, baby. She was clean and found a kilo on the couch, baby. You know the price get different in the drought, baby. I'm the whole bird, not the half, baby. Take it too long to lock up, bring it back, baby. You know what Snow said, baby. I ain't opened up a whole thing since 07, baby. I know the game, baby. You ain't made it till they lying on your name, baby. You ain't made it till they saying that you changed, baby. Spray the driver's side, have them crawling out the rain, baby. I'm the 7, not the 2. That stove I used to cook on, they should put it in the lube, baby. Smoke a smoke, shoot a shoot, baby. Stepped on work in Balenciaga boots, baby. I'm the 1 and the 2. The color in the ceiling got everything but the moon, baby. I'm the 1 and the 2. I turn 1 into 2.
That was a dope record, some chill vibes, talking about wearing the Bottega trunks, getting the money. You know, I really liked Stove God Cook's verse. He stayed who he normally be on raps and was talking about the trapping and the hustling and all of that. Dave East came with the bars and was just being himself also. The beat was simplistic. You know, I just reacted to the Nipsey Hussle song and complained about all of the elements in the production of that song. And then this song that I just played after that had the simplistic vibe where you can hear the artist's voice more. I wish they would have did something similar on the Nipsey Hussle song like that also. But salute to Dave East, man. He got a dope album. I just wanted to react to a couple of tracks. I didn't want to react to the whole album, because this week had so much going on in the culture and in the music and all of that. But salute to Dave East. Great project. I suggest y'all go check it out. Let me give this brother a round of applause. Now, I want to get into this conversation because, you know, this brother made a fool of himself on this podcast, Kevin McCall, man. At one point in time, I felt like he was next up in R&B. You know, 2013, he was dropping them mixtapes. I don't even think he ever made an album. He was dating Eva, you know, America's Next Top Model girl. She was saying that he was putting hands on her now. Spooky. He was making his runs with Chris. Chris was the hottest in the world at the time. He was featured on people's songs and all type of stuff. So to see this downfall, to see this is just nasty.
It's only 300, but a nigga, watch this. I think it's a game, bro. No, this for when I poke niggas. Don't walk up on me playing, or you Team Breezy niggas. Keep that shit on the internet. Okay. My bad. I went too far?
We talk about the talent.
All right, music.
Despite your flaws as a human being, you are one of the most talented individuals to ever grace the music industry.
We gonna get to that.
So
we gonna get to that.
Veer.
I love how you try
that.
I love how you. Yeah, we gonna veer to that. But we gonna
Why
get the
the
bullshit
fuck
out the
You
way.
have a testimony.
Why the fuck? Get in on this.
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
us
fuck I got an EBT card? And this nigga is at Breezy Bowl and made 90 whatever the fuck million, and it say KKKKK Max. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck, bro? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all niggas want to see a nigga cry in here, so y'all can think I'm a bitch.
Nah, bro.
Fuck, nigga.
That shit ain't fair, nigga.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
Bro.
hey. Look, bro.
I'm down, bro.
I'm on EBT, Smack. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit is better. I had to go up in that motherfucker and hide my face with a mask like COVID, bro.
Don't act like every nigga ain't had no motherfucking EBT
card. On the set, I think I had an EBT card.
Man, I might get an EBT book. I walk in the building, y'all look at me crazy.
Let me tell you this, cuz.
my name.
Me and
look at
Heather,
me crazy.
look. Me and Heather went to the county building together. On my mama, together. We went to the county building together, bro.
Oh, God.
We go, everybody fight out of this shit.
I hide in there, bro.
I need you to think about it.
On the set, everybody gonna go, niggas go through problems, bro.
Hey, bro. Do you remember what Nip said to you?
You heard what that nigga said at the end. Do you remember what Nip said to you? Oh, my mama, cuz I had to go up in there on this set. Oh, my mama. I love California. I love y'all culture out there. Sometimes, you know, this stuff don't need to be released. I judge podcasters when they release stuff like that. You know, y'all can get in my comment section, check me or whatever you want to do, but I judge y'all when y'all release people when they at their low point. Y'all could have edited that out. Y'all could have edited that part out. And the world didn't have to see that brother at his low point, but y'all knew it would get clicks, views, likes, reactions, and get the algorithm floating and people talking about it. Y'all knew that. Y'all could have edited that shit out, but y'all didn't. And this nigga talking about crying and EBTs and having an expectancy that he's a superstar and stuff. Nigga, what's wrong with going and getting a job? Go get a job, nigga. If the job ain't paying enough for you to be able to stay in LA, leave and go get a job somewhere else where it's matching the lifestyle of the city you in. Don't settle for the dumb shit, man. It's options out here. You can make a different choice. But people want to be in the presence of celebrities and likes and thinking that they're going to end up being an actor or this big singer. And it ain't fair, nigga. Nigga, the world ain't fair. Everybody know that, man. But you got choices. You got choices, big dog. You did that song with Chris Brown, and it's a fire song. I ain't even gonna cap. You wrote those songs for Chris Brown, all fire. Long time ago. You did something that the world don't know that Chris Brown ain't speaking about, and he like, fuck this nigga. Real talk.
Kind of threw a little jab. You know, Chris Brown, Chris Breezy, kind of threw a jab, you know, saying what's funnier, a troll or a broke one. Ouch. You know, when you saw that or heard about that, what went through your mind? I mean,
what went through my mind? All that bullshit's for the birds, and you ain't nothing but a vulture. That's what went through my mind.
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, why does Chris owe you the $25K? I guess that's what everyone's asking right now.
I didn't even know. That's why I sold my catalog, you know, when I was going to prison and stuff. I thought it'd give me some money to see my daughters. It helped me from going to prison. It still didn't work. I still did 3 years. But I owe him, it says I owe him 4 songs. Even though I recouped off the first song, Deuces, they said I still have to owe the songs. I got all the songs done, and now they're saying Chris has to sign off. And I have all the emails, so if somebody's lying on my brother, man, I apologize. I don't really apologize about nothing. You better tell them to apologize, brother. But all that thinking people is too rich to talk to people just because I sleep on my granny couch, I'm still a man first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I know. So I know Thug offered you the $25K to pay whatever Chris owes you. Will you accept?
Whoop-de-doo. No, I'm just playing like, I mean, I don't really want no charity. That was a great gesture. Yeah. I never met Thug, so I would have loved if he really wanted to reach out. He could have DM'd me and gave me his number, and I did all the public stuff, but I accept the gesture. But if you want to work, I'm cool with working. You know what I'm saying? I got some fire for you. We both Leos.
That would be
so you already know that line, and you know what time it is. So I'm a Thugger fan, but yeah, I don't want nobody money. I already earned the $25K. So CB, run that, or whoever you up under, had him run that. And matter of fact, have him run it.
Man, I just while that clip was playing, I just Googled the statistics of Chris Brown because I knew he was just on tour, right? This man complaining about $25,000. The previous friendship. You know, one thing I never wanted to do was be up under a nigga that became famous or more financially successful than me, because it's nasty when I see Dame Dash talking about Jay-Z all the time. It's nasty watching Kevin McCall talk about Chris Brown all the time. I never want to be the nigga that's the spokesman for another nigga that was more successful than me and left me in the dust. I never wanted to be that. But I want to say something. He's running around here concerned about somebody who isn't thinking about him, while Chris Brown has the highest grossing single show in American history. The total gross, $259 million. Average gross per show, approximately $6.8 million a show. Tickets sold, 1.6 million. Shows he's done, 42 shows. And the highest grossing one was 7.5 million in East Rutherford, New Jersey at MetLife, August the 12th, 2025. I just want to give this young brother some advice, man, before I go to the next topic. And anybody listening, I hope this can help y'all. You know, quit thinking about other niggas. Quit trying to team up with niggas. Quit trying to be a part of something. Quit trying to attach yourself to something. People want to be in gangs, Crips, Bloods. People want to be in organizations, sororities and fraternities. People want to be Republicans, Democrats. People want to be foundational Black American, African American. What's the shit that Dr. Umar be talking about? Pan-Africanism and all of this. Worry about you and your family. Nigga, stay focused on you and what you got to do. I hope that's some game. Because at the end of the day, quit trying to be a celebrity and be you. Be you, nigga. Do you. What's in your best interest. Quit trying to please niggas. Quit asking niggas for shit. And go out there and get your own. Real spill. And if you don't like it, like Birdman said at the Verzuz. Let's get on to the next topic of discussion, man. Goodness gracious, boy, I don't know what's going on with these niggas out here in these streets. Honeycomb Brazy home, right? Salute to Honeycomb Brazy. Salute to Alabama. I remember I seen that brother in that video with Jay Prince with that gold chopper spitting. I said, good God, this boy next up. You know, he was signed to Rap a Lot, doing his thing, spitting, going crazy. Then the next week in the news, I seen some dudes shot up his grandparents' house, and the explosion happened and they passed away. Then he went to jail. Then somebody shot him up on camera. You know, and he's just recently released. His music, I love his music. I ain't gonna lie to you. He makes some dope street music. And, you know, that's the genre of music that I've grown to love, being a brother from the South. And this week he dropped 3 videos. But the most interesting thing and what people are on podcasts talking about is his beef with Finesse 2 Times. Finesse 2 Times is all over the place right now talking crazy.
Paper, and he ain't had shit going on. And he was picking at me. And I wasn't saying nothing. Now you see how I feel. See, you had never been to the feds like me. Now you see how I feel. Now you don't want no smoke. Now you don't want to meet up. Now you don't want to go to jail. You see what I'm saying? You a bitch. You never wanted to do none of that. That's why you was way in Mobile talking shit like that. That's why you, when I was trying to pull up, that's why you don't want to pull up on me. Because you know I'm really, bro, when I first met you, you know you told me you look up to me. You remember the conversation we had, right? You remember our conversation. You know that you don't remember that you told me that the reason why you move the way you move is because you watched how I came up, putting up with and on bullshit and jumping out really, I ain't getting bust on camera. I ain't busting on me on camera. I'm doing the on camera, fool. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and you now. Hold on. You talking about some jail shit. Bruh, you say I go to jail and get out in 10 minutes. I don't give a if I was on Fed papers. I'm not going to get violated for a grandma. Dumbass young.
Let me take a minute. Lord, thank you. for removing me from the streets. Thank you for helping me and getting me out those projects. I highly appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. I couldn't take it no more. You know, I want to see all of us win. I want to see black folk unify. But I be damned if that's the environment of ignorance that I want to be around and be in. Finesse 2 times had the opportunity to become one of the most successful rappers in the South. Moneybagg Yo embraced him, brought him back in. They was about to do the Bread Gang stuff. As of recently, he complaining on the internet about his mama. You know, his mama complaining about how he ain't doing nothing for her. Ain't never gave her no more than $2,500. Now the brother, he's on the internet talking about his brother try to put the gun under the seat. His brother want to see him back in prison. He caught a new charge. The foolishness. Then he's dissing Honeycomb Brazy. He toxic. I hope y'all don't think that, you know, all of us from Tennessee is like that, because we not. I hope he get it together, because it's looking bad. You know, you got to tighten up, Finesse. Every time I see you on the internet now, it's not for music. It's for toxicity. Your music was fire when you was beating on the table and everything, doing your freestyles and raps. You're dope. You're talented. But you got to get away from the foolishness. Being the biggest gangster and all of that shit is lame as hell. You had an opportunity to become successful, super rich, do your job, get your money, and keep it moving. But instead, you're trying to prove a point to the streets that you the realest. Turning your phone on, yelling at the damn screen, nigga. Stop.
I ain't see you, my boy. I ain't long. I ain't see you. I don't see you. I'm not turning nobody up. I'm not turning you up, my boy. I don't see you, my boy. I got nothing against you, my boy. We ain't meeting up, my boy. We ain't dying, my boy. Oh, we ain't going to jail, my boy. You hear me? We not doing no dying. We not going to jail. You go your ass to jail. You gonna get back out. I ain't gonna get out like you. I'm not going to that bitch. You the only I know can get with that bitch and get right back out in 10 minutes. Boy, I am not you. You hear me? If I go back in that, I might never come back out again. I don't want no smoke, man. I don't want no smoke, bruh. Leave me alone, dude. Spare me, bruh. Big gangster, spare me, bruh. You big vice lord, whatever you is. I don't want no smoke with you, bruh. Let me live, bruh. Let me live home. I don't want no problem, bruh. Damn, my boy. I've been gone that whole time, my boy. You been popping it. I've been out the way, my boy. Also, you still in the same spot. You ain't did no elevate, my boy. I've been gone 2 years, bruh. I don't want no smoke, but let me live like home. Let me get that money, boy. Please let me get it, bitch. I'm somebody. I know you on the internet playing. I know you clout chasing. I know you ain't on it. Don't make me goddamn. Come on, I ain't trying to go back. We had talks and everything before. Like, come on. We had talks. You play with me, then I forgave you, dog. Whatever, dog. I ain't stun you, dog. I'm just trying to live like home. I don't want no problem with no rapper. Like, I never did nothing gangster with you. We never each other spill. I don't even know you. I never met you in person. I came to my senses like, you know what? I don't even want to know him no more. I never knew him. I don't even want to know him. I met you over a phone call. You like a fan. I done met so many fans on this and talked to him and woo-the-woo. You was just a fake fan. You hear me? That's all it is. I don't want no smoke with you, bro.
You know, I like how he handled that, but I got something important to say, or I think it's important to say. When I look at last year in hip-hop, when Kendrick Lamar was beefing with Drake and the whole LA united with him and unified, and they became one big coast supporting each other. And it wasn't that much smoke and beef, and they was putting the Mexicans on, and the gangs was coming together and all of that. They were showing force by unifying. When I look at what Nas is doing with Legend Has It and bringing all of those artists together in New York City, and they coming together, collaborating and doing music together now and showing unity. When I think about the South, that used to be our superpower, unifying. I seen the activities and the actions from Master P and Birdman yesterday with the beef and how Lil Wayne and Turk didn't show up and these people are going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I see Honeycomb Brazy and Finesse 2 Times being disgruntled with each other, and the South is kind of divided right now. And our superpower used to be unifying, coming together. We ain't doing that no more, and we got to get back to it. We got to get back to collaborating with each other and doing songs with each other also. That's just the nature of it. Jumping on each other's podcast and going to each other's cities and stuff and showing out together. Because if not, this heat is going to be gone from this region of the country and it's going to go elsewhere again. You got Young Thug and Gunna allegedly and all of this, and they calling Atlanta Ratlanta now because of all of the snitching that's going on. It's divided down here in the South, and you don't have none of the hottest artists collaborating no more. So that's just something that I want to make y'all aware of, because when I think about this, I think that this is going to be the destruction of Southern hip hop. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I would like to get y'all perspective on that topic in the comment section below. Help me out. What y'all thoughts about this Honeycomb Brazy and Finesse 2 Times beef? And what's y'all thoughts about the South not showing unification anymore? Going on to the next topic, though. I got one more after this one, though. And it's going to be about Candace Owens. But, you know, this topic right here, I want to touch basis on it because I covered Shannon Sharpe and the lawsuit with the young girl and everything. And he finally addressed it on the podcast that he do with Ocho Cinco. Let's get right to it.
And I said, well, you know, he knew what was going on because I called him and told him or her the time. And then something else came out. And then something else came out. And then something else came out. Then ESPN came out. He said, Shannon, there's a lesson in here somewhere. For you to be going through what you're going through, there is a lesson. It's on you to figure it out. Yeah. I said, man, I sure wish he said, you know what? He said, no. That's not the plan. He said that if you knew what it was, you would circumvent the lesson.
Right.
He said, no, but you'll figure it out. Yeah. He said, you'll figure it out. Yeah. And people, when y'all see me, I don't want y'all to have the wrong impression. But I'm just very guarded now. I'm very, very guarded. I was always on alert, but I'm on high alert because I really don't know who I can really trust. Because what I've seen over the last 6 months, there are very few people that you can actually trust.
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah. Very, very, very few.
Man.
And there are people that said some things, and it's gotten back to me. But I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And you remember we had this conversation, Ocho, about being down and then people feel like they can pile on.
Yeah.
But I'm just very I'm very matter of fact. I'm very, hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. I'm going about I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'm on my way because I don't want people. Yeah, I had a conversation and Jeff, because if you stay too long, Ocho, the more people, and this is what I had to learn, and somebody told me this. They say, Shannon, the more people you become involved with, the more stories there is to be told.
So he said just over the past 6 months, he realized that, you know, he can't trust people. And, you know, people ain't going to be there for you in your tough times. You know, I'm so blessed in my life to have learned that at an early age, because people are only going to be around when you're on a high. When you facing challenges and adversities and stuff like that, you know, everybody going to remove themselves. And you don't have to be bitter about that. You can act accordingly. You can act like it didn't faze you and still remain calm with them people, but you know where they stand now. Because people are only around when you're on your high. Shannon Sharpe probably been on a high for a long time because he played in the NFL. He's a Hall of Famer. He been winning. He got the Club Shay Shay thing. He was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, at which I'm assuming that he's speaking about Skip Bayless, because during this conversation, he said some things about Stephen A. Smith that was interesting, and I'm going to play the second half of the clip so y'all can check that out also, what he said about that. Though, but I'm going to tell you something, though, Shannon Sharpe, I got a feeling that you're going to come back. You know, so just Keep your notes, written down for the people who kicked you while you was down. Because that's what people supposed to do, kick you while you down and celebrate you while you up. That's just the nature of human beings. Laugh at it and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, you got to take some accountability. Some people don't want to be around that. You can't control your horny, nigga. You got to take some accountability for your actions. You may have, but you settled out. You didn't fight. You settled out. So you guilty. You didn't want the truth to be exposed. You guilty. Some people don't want to be around that. And at the end of the day, I'm one of them type of individuals. I don't mess with niggas that can't control their horny like that, To me, a conversation may have been needed, but if a conversation didn't happen, you still shouldn't be bitter because you know what you did and what you did wasn't right. No matter if you away from it, no matter if you done beat it or whatever, what you did ain't right. With that young Becky like that. I remember you talking about you don't want to give your daughter more than $30,000 for the wedding, but you are spending millions on this Becky. That ain't right. You show fuck nigga tendencies.
The circle got to be crazy small. The more people you're involved with, Shannon, the more stories there are to be told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like that.
I didn't know what was going to happen. I appreciate you, Ocho, because you're like, hey, when you text me, Unc, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to go through, we going through it. You ain't by yourself.
Hey, till the wheels fall the fuck off. Shit, you gave me the opportunity.
There are so many people, Ocho and Joe,
where I'm going,
that used to call, that used to text.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from them since this happened.
But that's all right, though. That's all right, though.
Man, please.
Yeah, keep it moving, baby.
Maybe this is what, I don't wish this on anybody. But what it did do is it really showed me who's really, really there.
Right.
There are a lot of people on the peripheral. When things were going well, when we're at the apex and getting invited to everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about ain't called. And I'm talking about, we were talking once a month, twice a month.
Right. Oh, it's going to come back.
But I see.
Yeah, and I think about too, Unc and Joe, you had to think about, Unc, what you had to go through. I've been in the eye of that storm too now.
Mm-hmm.
Big time in front of the world.
Yeah.
So I had to take my licks. I had to
you
take
gotta,
my
you gotta.
And I had, hey, Joe, but them calls stopped. Ain't heard from nobody. My circle was always small, so my same circle was right there, to lift me up. But I already knew I was finna sit for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear Ocho give his side of the story or whatever, though. But salute to Ocho, salute to Unc, salute to Joe. One thing I want to say before I get into this Candace Owens conversation is that I didn't hear him take accountability. I heard him talk about other people not being there no more. People gonna move and run away from you when you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. People ain't gonna always be there for you and have your back like that, dog. It's just the nature of life. So I wish Unc well, but the next time he speak about this topic of discussion, don't talk about the people. Talk about your actions and you being accountable for your actions. That's what the people want to hear. And those people might present themselves back to you in your life. Real spill. Going on to this next topic, I've been wondering where Candace Owens had been at as of recently because she hasn't done a show in like 14 to 15 days. And she was crashing YouTube. YouTube was going crazy. I was watching one of her lives. She had 600,000 people watching her lives. She had been talking about Bridget Macron lately. She had been talking about Blexit, her company, and what they plan on doing. She had been speaking on Charlie Kirk, and she has gotten to a point to where she's doing an investigation on Charlie Kirk also. But she recently put something out, not on her YouTube or her podcast or whatever. This was on X, and she had something to say about Trump.
To just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. So like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on the nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these couple of weeks, these last really kind of 6 weeks since Charlie died. And we will see you guys then.
Oh, so she announced that she'll be back on the 27th. I'm looking forward to seeing what she has to say also when she comes back, because it's been dry a little bit in these YouTube streets without Candace Owens' presence. So she'll be back Monday, the 27th. I'm recording this Sunday night, so she'll be back tomorrow. What's crazy, though, is that she says she lost faith in politics and Trump. I never had faith in politics. I always remained independent and wanted to vote for the person who I felt was in the best interest of me and my family and my loved ones. I don't care about the nation as a whole because the nation as a whole don't care about me. You know, Trump is one thing. Like, he's doing so much. I never seen a president this active in my lifetime. Switching up things, removing stuff, putting marble and stuff in the East Wing and creating ballrooms and all type of stuff, though. But the main thing that caught my attention that she said is that they. Who is they? The key word, who is they? We always hear people speak about these mythical individuals. And she said Charlie Kirk was betrayed, but who is they? You know, she said they are going to give him a holiday and a boulevard. That's how you know they killed him. In the comment section, y'all can spew what I can't spew on the microphone. You know, who is they? Who is she assuming? It's a lot of assuming going on in this podcast that we just did. Stephen A. assuming stuff about Trump against the NBA. People assuming all type of stuff on this episode, but she's assuming that they had something done to Charlie Kirk. Now let's get into this article before I get up off of her, man. I highly appreciate y'all for tuning into my show today. This is one of the longest podcasts I ever did by myself ever. 2 hours and 3 minutes right now. It's going crazy. But this article is about Blexit. You know, I did a show about Blexit going to Bowie State and Howard University, the HBCUs. If you're not familiar with Blexit, Blexit is blacks exiting the Democratic Party, going to the Republican side. And this was created by Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum. So I was looking forward to this weekend of Blexit and Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum going to the HBCUs to have debates about blacks exiting the Democratic Party. But this is what happened. Y'all see the headline. Candace Owens cancels FAMU appearance as other HBCU tours stops fall through. So let's read it. Conservative commentator Candace Owens has canceled her scheduled appearance at Florida A&M University during the Blexit Educate to Liberate campus tour, sparking debate across social media and HBCU circles. The cancellation, originally planned for October the 17th during FAMU's internal world tour homecoming celebration, came abruptly with no clear reason from organizers. Now reports suggest that several other planned HBCU tour stops have also been quietly scrapped and postponed, casting doubt on the broader impact of Owens' campus outreach efforts. The FAMU cancellation and Blexit's intent, according to Black Enterprise. Owens' FAMU visit was part of her Blexit Foundation tour, an initiative founded in 2018 that aims to promote conservative values and independent thinking among Black Americans. The tour was slated to make multiple HBCU stops, including Jackson State, Tennessee State, North Carolina Central, Howard, and Hampton, but the FAMU cancellation became the first to draw national attention. A Blexit spokesperson confirmed that the FAMU event had been removed from the organization's calendar, stating only that a new date will be announced soon. As a publication, that new date has not materialized, and neither have the other stops. Growing concern amongst students and alumni. FAMU's homecoming, one of the most vibrant cultural events in HBCU tradition, has long symbolized community pride and connection. The idea of a politically charged tour stop during homecoming week immediately stirred discussion among students and alumni. While some felt Owens' message could have offered a chance for open dialogue, others argued the timing clashed with the spirit of celebration and togetherness that defines FAMU's homecoming. Social media responses reflect that divide. Homecoming is for the culture, not for political PR. One user wrote on X. Others countered the cancellation. The event signaled missed opportunities for students to challenge ideas in a constructive form. So other HBCU tour stops quietly dropped. They was quietly dropped. This is the last portion. Oh, well, this is it right here. This is the last portion I'm going to read because I'm kind of fatigued after these 2 hours, man, of doing this episode, though. But, you know, when I did the clip, it wasn't too many people find of the Blexit people coming to the HBCUs. And I would like to see the debates at the HBCUs because don't they supposed to be institutions for learning? I want to see what the people think. I want to see what the people disagree with and what the people agree with about these conversations that need to be had. But just like the clip that I played before I started reading this article, Candace Owens, why is she continuing to talk about blacks exiting the Democratic Party if she lost faith in politics and Trump? So I understand why these things are being quieted and silenced right now because she's lost faith in politics and Trump. So let me keep reading. Other HBCU tour stops quietly dropped. FAMU isn't the only school seeing changes, according to coverage from outlets including Baller Alert and HBCU Sports. Other scheduled Blexit appearances have also been delayed or removed from the public tour lineup. The previously announced stop at Jackson State, Tennessee State, North Carolina Central, Howard, and Hampton University appeared to have been shelved without official statements. While Blexit has not publicly confirmed full cancellation, the lack of activity or updates suggest that the broader tour has lost momentum within HBCU communities. Observers note that this pattern reflects increasingly scrutiny over outside organizations' attempt to align political messaging with HBCU events, especially during homecoming season, which holds deep cultural and historical significance. So what's next for Candace Owens? Neither Candace Owens nor the Blexit Foundation has released a new schedule for their campus tour, leaving the status of the remaining appearances unclear for now. FAMU's homecoming focus remains firmly on community and culture, reminding the nation that HBCU pride runs deeper than any political campaign. You know, what's interesting about this to me is that I feel like I feel like Candace Owens said that she lost faith in politics and Trump. She's seen what happened to Charlie Kirk. I don't know where these debates would have been held at, but these would have been like dangerous to have her debating an outside performance. Was it going to be indoors? You know, why do it anyway? Why try to sway people when it's no benefit for you anyway, because the Republican Party don't care about you like that anymore anyway. But you know what? To conclude this episode, everybody's got a price. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, though. Hit the like button on your way out. Leave a comment on your way out. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.